Hey everyone, it's Johanna with Promo Kitchen, and today I'm with Val Spiller with Marketing Group in Illinois. She is a multi-line rep who I met a few years ago in Illinois. Hi Val, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Joanna. Nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, so this is a fun series. We are starting to talk to people about working from home, the new norm, right? Not just in our industry, but in the world.
Right.
And some breaking news this weekend, because it seems in the last few weeks that things are changing every hour in this world. In Illinois on Saturday, we have been officially put on lockdown. So what that means is you cannot leave your home. All businesses are shut. Only leaving home for pharmacy, medical, and alcohol,
Grocery.
major need, and
Yeah.
grocery. So really crazy times out there. I know if you're going for a walk or anything, it's just like a desert town out there. And that was just in effect Saturday. Most of us have been already adhering to staying at home for social distancing, but really they're enforcing it now more. So I want to talk to you because you're a multi-line rep. You see clients all day and you have
Right.
lots of lines to cover. And I want to talk to you because you are already used to working from home, although you're seeing clients a lot. So tell us about how you are staying engaged, staying productive, and because you've been doing this, any tips?
Well, like you said, I am a multi-line rep. I've been doing this for about 20 years. I live in Oak Park, which is a progressive city right outside of the Chicago city limits. So we actually put the stay-at-home order in place a couple days before the entire state of Illinois did. So, and then last week we were grappling with bringing two kids home from college and the emotions around all that. So it's a tough time for everybody, but to your point about working at home, it is something that I've been doing for about 20 years. And that's been interesting to manage through having kids, little kids who want to come and knock on the door or talk to you. You probably have that issue yourself. But things that I find that have worked for me is to have a designated space. So this is my space. I live in a townhome. It's the top floor of the townhome. So to get to me, somebody has to come up 4 levels. But on the converse, if I forget something in my car, I've got to go down 4 levels and back up again. But I have a specific area that's my workspace, and the kids have always known that that's the workspace. They had to use their quiet voices when they were little, and now they just whisper or just don't bother me at all when they know it's working. Because when I'm here working, I really am working, and I try to make it feel like anybody else would be going outside to work. So the family knows what the boundaries are. I also build in break periods, so I get up and I get a drink of water. I do some stretches. I walk my dog. I do different things. I have lunch, just like people who would if they're working in an office, to kind of make give that feel. I don't just kind of stay buried in the office 100% the whole time. And then I also try to offer myself some sort of transition, just like people who commute or drive to work. I could just like throw on my PJs and go upstairs, but I still make the coffee. I have breakfast before I go to work. And again, I use my dog walking as like a signal in the afternoon. At 5 o'clock, I take the dog out, and that means work time is over. Although, as you know, we all work later in the day. I come back to it, but that kind of lets me know that it's okay to make the chili, or it's okay to do whatever I have to do on the home front. So those have been some tactics that have worked well for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think adults and kids' schedules are always a bonus. I know when I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I'm trying to keep her on some sort of structured schedule because she likes it. So we're
Right.
making a list every morning. It changes daily, but I know I like a schedule. Sounds like that's worked for you for quite a long time.
Absolutely.
And it's good that your family can respect the boundaries and all that stuff. I know everyone's home, so it's hard to like figure out who's doing what, but it sounds like you already have that down.
Yes.
Tell me about your clients. So I'm a client of yours. You've actually done some great end user meetings with me.
Right.
Tell me about how you're trying to stay engaged with clients. I know we're friendly enough that you can text and check in with me on stuff, or
Right.
shoot an email, but what are you doing with clients so that you feel like you're still touching them, if you will?
Well, what I've done just this past week is I've had phone conversations with some of my key clients, because whatever the business opportunities were that were out there prior to this, the need for that continues to exist. So we have to find a way, or as a rep, to connect with you to find out what's going on, what was the plan need, let's try to get ahead of it or for future. So I've had conversations, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Who is the client? What are their colors? Just kind of a deeper dive into the history, the relationship, the need of the end client that I may not have done before. And it's really been very, very interesting. I find that distributors are really open to that. And
Mhm.
it's to me, it's opening up a whole new thing. Usually people don't want to talk on the phone, but now all of a sudden it's okay. They pick up the phone. Hey, how are you? It's like a personal connection. I think that's something that we're longing for at this time also. So I've done a little bit of that last week, and I'm going to continue with that this week, so that when this thing passes, I'll have a roadmap of things that I'm going to do, or that we're going to do together once things start to open up again.
Yeah, I mean, you're also making these connections that you might not have at the chance. So, like you said, people are actually taking the phone calls where they were probably
Right,
so busy. Guess what?
right,
We know you're not busy now. You're in your basement hiding from your kids.
right.
So it's nice to have that conversation. Maybe learn something personally. They're home. Their guards are down. They're
Yes,
maybe you're doing a Zoom and you're noticing a painting in the background and able to talk about things like that. So they're letting
that's
you into
true.
their homes. I know I've picked up on that with some colleague happy hours we've done and actual professional meetings. So we're not just doing happy hours at Exodus. Um, but yeah, we just feel like guards are down a little and we can have those conversations that might have been a little bit more forced in the past. So there is
Right.
a nice personal connection there. What do you think about all this? Do you think we're going to come out of this stronger? Do you feel like as an industry, you're going to get a hit? What do you feel like will be the next month or so?
Well, I think it's going to be painful. Just how painful, I think, depends on how long it lasts. But it's really funny. I was listening to my church sermon, my pastor's church sermon yesterday, and he mentioned something about once this is all over and we can all get together again, we're going to blow the roof off this place. I'm like, what? So this is like, if the church is going to blow the roof off, imagine what the rest of the economy is going to do once there's going to be all this pent up demand. And so I think it's, as a rep and as distributors, we need to be thinking a month ahead. I mean, everybody's working on their work at home stuff right now. I mean, I've got my work at home stuff. I've got my logo socks and my Bluetooth speaker, things that I need to work at home. But I'm also looking to the future. Like, what's the need going to be in a month? It'll be more like, welcome back, or we're flying again, or, we're transitioning from the dark to the light. So I'm trying to think of marketing campaigns that would be useful. People are going to want to get
Yeah.
outdoors. Here's some lightweight spring jackets from StormTech. Here's a golf shirt from the golf brands, because, people are there's going to be this whole pent up thing, and then it's going to be like, we're free. So what can I do to incorporate my brands into that mindset? So
I
that's
love
kind
those
of where I'm
strategies.
thinking right now.
Yeah, definitely good to not just sit down and feel bad for yourself and wait for the phone to ring. You're always gonna have to start
Right.
thinking ahead. I've been saying we're not so much, especially last week when everything was really just crazy,
Starting up.
not proactively selling and hitting people hard, trying to figure out how people are doing,
Right.
feeling out how it's going working at home. What can we do for you? At some point, we are going to need to start selling a little bit more proactively. So thinking about the best ways to plan for that. We're doing a lot of planning and access right now. A lot of answering questions to colleagues and friends that are working at home, but also planning for 2019 because the reality is we are all working in a business and that business needs to sustain somehow.
Right. And I think, your clients are going to rely on you to get them back into the mix, right? So we have to come with some creative ideas. And now's the time to think about that. And as a rep, I find that most times I'm very reactive. I don't have time to sit down and really think through things and be futuristic. So I'm going to enjoy this as much as you possibly can from that perspective, that I can actually think about things and put a plan together and do some analyzing to to come up with the creative ideas that you're going to need.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I'm looking forward to those projects when things wind down again and dragging you to meetings.
Yes. Well, thanks for having me at meetings. That's great. Because, when you take a rep like me in, I find that my close rate, or our close rate, is like 90%, because
Yeah,
customers feel like they are shopping the product. I'm an
yeah,
expert on it. You brought in the expert. It's just a win-win situation. And
yeah. And
hopefully
they're
more
and you're not
distributors.
just my vendor. They'll say like, oh, when Val came in, remember she showed me that black jacket, and it's like,
Right.
oh, yeah. So there's
Right.
a connection. Well, thanks for being with us today. We know you are busy staying at home and keeping yourself busy with the dog and the kids and life. But thanks
Yes.
for taking the time to be part of this promo kitchen series, and we really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. And it's good to know more about Promo Kitchen. Maybe I'll get a little bit more involved.
Love that. We would love that.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, Donna.